just spoke to Gary just before he went to the walk-on. He said, that'll never happen again. I'm going to put it right this evening. Well, we all say that. But Anderson, he's got this electrifying scoring power, and he needs to use that, get down to the double and finish it. He can't let Barney into the game, because Barney's a confident player. If Barney can start scoring, well, taking out doubles, then Gary's going to have a big fight on his hands.
Barney's confidence was not last week. His 50th birthday, he got battered by Van Gerwen 7-2.
I just don't think I'm going to count that, because Barney's just been up there with the wrong attitude. He'd had a good day on his birthday. Those sort of things happen. He's been around long enough to just put that to the back of his mind and get into this game early on.
Let's get it on. Rod Studd, Nigel Pearson in commentary.
Well, as we saw, Dave, from the league table there, this is a real biggie, because 4th and 5th on the league table. Anderson 4th, Barney 5th, simply on leg difference, with Wright winning, Van Gerwen picking up a point. I think we can book their invitations for the O2, but after that, with Taylor losing to Wright, Nige, it really opens things up for the pair we're witnessing here on the hockey. Barney and the Flying Scotsman. A win here for either. Boy, that would really set them up, wouldn't it?
Be a huge boost for their Premier League campaign, wouldn't it? To put them onto the 16-point mark. And this, by the way, the last of the nights where we have 5 matches. The last of the nights where some players play twice. So literally 2 games left for these players after tonight. Peter Wright already, as you say, set fair for the O2. Michael Van Gerwen the same. We are effectively now down to a battle for the last 2 playoff places. And this could be a hugely significant game, as you say, Rod. Gary Anderson making a good start here. And Barneveld putting a little bit of pressure on. Good start to the game.
Well, the pressure put on, and now the chance earned by Raymond van Barneveld. Shanghai on the 20s. He's the treble now. Can't find it. It's not there, Raymond. 2-8 for Anderson then.
These players, 2 of only 5 Premier League champions. Gary Anderson gets the first leg on the board. Nicely done. Van Barneveld plays Chisnall in Sheffield next week. And then he finishes up against Peter Wright in Aberdeen. As far as Gary Anderson is concerned, James Wade next week in Sheffield. And his last game is MVG in Aberdeen. Fascinating running.
Just over a month since their last meeting in the Premier League, and never to be forgotten night in Rotterdam. And the Dutch darting hordes came to salute Van Barneveld, and he delivered, demolishing Gary Anderson. 7 legs to 2. Rout in Rotterdam. Before that, Anderson had won the previous 11 meetings against the doyen of Dutch darts. So back on UK soil, he'll probably fancy his chances.
Yeah, it was some atmosphere at Rotterdam, wasn't it? Breathtaking, the walk-on and the adulation for Van Barneveld. Sea of orange all throughout that magnificent venue. It really was a fantastic night. And Barney responded to the atmosphere and soaked up the support. Treble 16 now for Gary Anderson. 44. But he is going to be back for tops for a 2-leg lead.
Well, a raised eyebrow from Van Barneveld, because he knows that might be irrelevant, and it is rendered irrelevant as Anderson goes out. First dart, averaging 115 and bits here, the Flying Scotsman. He has the darts in leg 3. He's won 1 of his last 4. Barney has lost 3 of his last 4, so they both spluttered and stuttered a bit as the Premier League reaches its crucial phase. Yes, Raymond. Lovely Raymond.
That's his first 1-8 in his 51st of the Premier League campaign as well. Very impressive. And Gary Anderson bounces back with 1 of his own. Anderson averaging 116 in the 3rd leg of this match. Barney not bad either. Decent standard, isn't it, this one? Barney knows he needs to get a leg on the board sooner rather than later. If you have just joined us, a reminder, both on 14 points, Gary Anderson and Raymond van Barneveld. Gary occupying the final playoff spot as it stands. 2 weeks to go after tonight. Now Anderson, treble 17 would lead the pool.
Well, that means double 12, but he may not be coming back for it. He won't be if Barney can hit double top for a 105.
Just below. Could that be costly? For a third straight leg for Gary Anderson. Making hard work of this one. Pressure shot now. Middle of the bed, brilliant. Well, we remind you, last week Anderson was 4-0 up on Taylor. It was going well. He lost 7-4.
Oh, a case of all that goes well ends badly for the Flying Scotsman. Yeah, that was incredible fight back there from Phil the Power Taylor, wasn't it? And absolutely one of the greatest comebacks we've seen ever in the Premier League. Anderson, he was shell-shocked. His head was going round like a merry-go-round on the hockey. But more composed tonight.
59. No treble. Barney really does need to win this leg to hold his throw, get one leg under his belt. 100. Still a game to come after this, we'll remind you. Adrian Lewis and Michael Van Gerwen. 130. That's nice from Gary. Switch down for treble 19. He's level with Van Barneveld now. 125. Clearly feeling more confidence on the treble 19 there. Another one of those that do him nicely. 100. Raymond, you require 85. Now, Van Barneveld to win his first leg. For 20, leaves the ball. Brilliant, absolute vintage Van Barneveld. Hits the ball to win his first leg.
Indeed, nice vintage Van Barneveld, but vital Van Barneveld, because had he missed there and Anderson gone out, he'd have been staring down both barrels. Would have been 4-0, instead it's 3-1. And he fires in his 52nd match win of the tournament. Dave Chisnell topping the pile with 60.
Gary on 46. Yeah, he's a 180 machine, Chisnell, isn't he? Such a high scorer. 5-2 up earlier against MVG. He was pegged back to 6 apiece, Chisnell. Seen some good stuff as always here on the hockey, the Barclaycard Arena here in Birmingham. Crowd loving every minute of this. 99. Gary required 161. Trouble 17. Oh, he needs the ball, or yes, he's gone for it. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Van Barneveld not even on a finish. I wondered whether Gary would go for it, but it was never in doubt, Rod.
Wow. Well, nothing conservative there. The Scotsman, was it? Just bang it straight in the middle of the board. No thought of setting something more manageable up. Fair finish. The fans loved it here in Birmingham.
Quite right too. It was spectacular.
Always full value from a bullseye finish. And he's gone off with a 174, but he can't follow it up.
60. Averaging 111, Gary Anderson. Barneveld 107. But with every time he has the darts, he needs to hold his throw here, just to stay in the match. Big score for Gary could make it interesting, but that's not the best of starts. Good recovery. 85.
Well, can he respond in kind? Will he go for the bull himself? Will you, Raymond? Now that would have been something, wouldn't it?
I always felt he'd go for it, Rod. After what Gary did.
A game of snap on the 161 bull out would have been a delight. But as it is, Barney looking at double 8, which will do the job just as nicely for 4-2. In you go.
Yeah, nicely done with that last dart. Still only the one break of throw the difference between these two. And look at this from Gary Anderson. Will he take that? First visit to the board. Now, can Barney fill it up? And whilst it still is only that one break of throw, there's hope for Raymond van Barneveld.
83.
Strange last start from Gary. Yeah, crowd getting in the mood tonight, as ever. Bizarre seeing Batman and Robin walking up by the canal earlier in Birmingham.
He's the lot here, Barney. In fact, to catch up, he could have done with 240, not 180. But anyway, Anderson wants 144, and that will secure a setup.
88.
To Data, left by Anderson, to go 3 clear again.
But it would still only be that one break of throw.
107.
But of course, you'd always rather be in Anderson's position. Tops he needs for 5-2.
36.
Well. Here is the opportunity for that break of throw. I've been going on about. Thought it was in, didn't he? Double 10. Last chance. Oh, beautifully done. Game very much on here. Can Gary Anderson let a great position slip for a second successive week here?
Yeah, he'll be furious with that. He's every right to be. The 161 out shot in the 5th leg, putting 4-1 up. And the 2 darts that he missed at tops there could have put him 5-2 up. Now it's all on throw again.
Yeah, whilst we praised Taylor for what happened last week, it was quite a collapse on Gary's part as well. Still got work to do here now, Gary Anderson, then, after conceding that leg with the throw. A hold for Barney, and he'll be level here. This is lovely, isn't it? That'll do him. Oh, nice treble 18, back for 20. Nice work from Gary Anderson. And he's got the first start. Will he go for treble 20?
97.
He's going to be back anyway, with Anderson not on a finish.
97. Raymond requires 64.
Right then. And this game is level as Barney runs off 3 consecutive legs.
4-0 up last week to Phil Taylor, lost 7-4, 4-1 up tonight against Barney, it's 4 apiece. Will it be playing on Gary's mind? It must be. He's talked about it before.
100.
Only because Rod Harrington asked him.
Don't blame Rod Harrington for this.
95.
This is a very important leg now, isn't it? As the Dutch fans hope it'll be a 4th consecutive leg for their man Barney. Anderson needs a rot stopper.
140.
Well, that's slack from Gary Anderson. And 140 now for Raymond van Barneveld, which he's not going to get.
95.
here would make all the difference here for Anderson. 87 left.
139.
107. Well, choice here for Barney of double to leave.
134.
Good work from Raymond van Barneveld, leaves double 16. Is he going to be back though? That's a slack first start from Gary Anderson. Goodness me, treble 19 is needed. He's got it, needs double 8.
72.
You can feel the pressure, can't you? Double 16 needed for Barney to take the lead. From either side, needs double 8.
16.
Oh, can't believe it, cannot believe it.
Nor, I suspect, can Anderson, because he was fully expecting to hear game shot. He's hearing it now, all right. But the words Gary Anderson are coming off the back of it rather than Raymond van Barneveld, and Anderson now leads 5-4, having regained the advantage. What a big leg, pivotal leg that could be. Nige, the ninth there. Barney spurning 3 after Gary Anderson had missed the initial dart at double. Was it no chance for the big Dutchman?
Yeah, I'd suggest that's a massive boost for Gary Anderson. Impressive averages, 104.5 for Gary, 102.5 for Barney.
80.
Big game in the context of the league table then, both players level on 14 points before this game. A draw would put a smile on Adrian Lewis's face. It's the best outcome that Adrian can hope for, isn't it?
He's lost his opening game tonight against James Wade, jackpot, and he's got Michael van Gerwen in the final match of the evening to follow this one.
And he's got Peter Wright next week and Phil Taylor on the last night in Aberdeen. Oh, he's hit the treble 17, needs the ball.
136.
Already had that finish tonight in the 5th leg. But he will be back for 25. What's his MO these days? Back in the day it was 1 double 12. Changed it recently. Double 8 the choice. That will do, and Anderson goes 6-4 up. He'll get at least a point. He'll have both points if he holds throw here.
Yeah, it's a decent comeback as far as Anderson's concerned, because Van Barneveld had pegged him back, hadn't he? And now, oh, that's a great start from Gary. Switching, lovely treble 19. So Barney fighting to save the match now. What a start. Can he fill it up?
140.
Gary at it again with the first dart. So confirmation then that Gary Anderson moves on to 15 points, and he is above Phil Taylor on legs difference, and he can move it on to 16. Barney on 14, but if he can win a couple more legs, he'll go on to 15 himself. And Adrian Lewis still not out of it. 13 points. If he can sneak a win against Van Gerwen in the next match, it will very much keep his hopes alive. Huge showdown to come. Last up tonight. Now for the match here. Treble 16 would leave double 8. Well, Barney's not on the finish anyway.
3 darts when he comes back for the 2-time former world champion Gary Anderson to defeat Van Barneveld. Cement his spot in the top 4. Gary Anderson staves off a rally from Raymond van Barneveld to defeat the great Dutchman here in Birmingham. Crucial win, 7-4, puts him bang on for a place in the playoffs.